Hello everyone, welcome back to another Train Sim World 6 video. Today we are on the US core route for TSW6, the Morristown line, and we are in the New Jersey Transit Arrow 3 multiple unit. This unit is pretty fascinating. It was built back in the 1970s and is still going strong today despite having its last major refit over 30 years ago. So yeah, without any further ado, let's hop in. As you can see, I'm getting a staggering 23 frames a second because, yeah, we do have, let's just count, 1, 2, 3, 4 us, so that's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and yeah, like easily 40, 50 trains here, and it's lagging my computer. So yeah, we are at we're at Hoboken, but I'll explain that all in a minute. We do have to let's get the brakes on, doors open. We don't have a reverser, this is like the only train which I've ever encountered a, yeah. Let's cut all the safeties in. Yeah, I can't believe my computer's chugging at the moment, like really chugging. So yeah, the route's basically linear. It starts at Sunnyside Yard. You can do ECS moves to and from New York Penn, and then we've got the section from New York Penn to wherever this is, yeah, and then to Harrison, and then we branch off and head all the way up to Dover, and then we also have a short branch to Hoboken as well. Yeah. I believe we've got everything set up. Yeah, my computer is really chuggy at the moment, I'm afraid. 23 FPS. Yeah, nice horn on this thing too. Let's open the window. I do have live weather enabled as well. So, yeah. Come on, shut the doors, please. There we go. Why is it not? It's not letting me. Oh, control plug in. Oops. Right. Let's get out of here before my computer dies. Right. Let's keep it in forwards. Yeah. For some reason, Hoboken just has a million trains parked around and it tanks the frame rate, so I do apologize for that, viewers. My computer is not the most powerful machine in the world. I am hoping to get a new one, but as you know, hardware prices are through the roof at the moment, and I don't want to get a console because then I'd have to buy all of my DLCs over again. Probably set the ditch light. Do I set the ditch lights back to... Yeah, I'll set the ditch lights back to manual. Yeah, so our service today is number 419 Hoboken to Gladstone, stopping at Hoboken, Meadows, Newark, Broad Street, East Orange, Brick Church, Orange, Highland Avenue, Mountain, South Orange, Maplewood, Wilbourn, Short Hills, and Summit. And then the train will continue on this AI off to Gladstone. Unfortunately, the Arrow 3 doesn't layer onto New York to Trenton as it would in real life, which is a major shame. Oh, whoa, 14 frames a second. Right. What just loaded in? What just loaded in? That's 15 frames a second. What in the world? I think what doesn't help is all the diesel smoke effects or the ALP 45 DPs. Because, yeah, despite the fact that most tracks are electrified, they don't they keep the diesel engines running for some reason. The AIs do, so which absolutely destroys the frame rate, and I really do mean that. It absolutely obliterates the frame rate. So, yeah. Okay. If we can look off to the, off this direction, hang on, let's have a look. There's the New York skyline, because yeah, this is actually the first New York-based route to actually feature the New York skyline, which, considering we've had New York in the game for almost as long as the game itself, it's a bit odd that it's taken that long for them to model the city skyline, but hey-ho, it is what it is. Yeah. The Arrow 3 probably is my new favorite American train in the game. It's fascinating old unit. Very well done. Dynamic suspension, guard mode, all the usual stuff, and the catenaries thinks it's in daylight when it's not. That's the cab light. Right, let's... Frame rate has returned to normal. Oh my... Yeah, this is presumably... Yeah. This is the only train where you can use reverse thrust in air quotes, because, yeah, you can put it in reverse and that'll slow you down, but not recommended because it'll murder the gearing. And back into a tunnel again. We do have a lot of stops today, so I'm hoping the Arrow 3's up to the task. The only thing I've done is familiarize myself with how the... I have driven this thing before, but not on this line. The only thing I did was to familiarize myself with how the controls work and where the safeties are and that kind of thing. But other than that, yeah, this is my literal first time on the Morristown line. I do wish we had a better American third-party developer. Like, something like the equivalent of Just Trains, but for American stuff, because, quite frankly, High Iron Sim, the guys who did the Santa Fe on Cajon Pass pack, are not up to the task, and shouldn't even have been considered, because, yeah, we knew their reputation from TS Classic. What's that station off to the right? Oh, wrong button. What's that station off to the right? Oh, it's onto a... oh, it goes to Secaucus Junction. Oh, that must be another New Jersey Transit line. Interesting. Can't believe how much rolling stock. Normally sometimes I complain about how quiet some routes are, but if anything, Hoboken and the other terminus and New York Penn on this route have the opposite problem. There's so much stock there that it lags the game. As the Long Island Railroad version 2 stock actually shows up as AI at New York Penn on this line, but I was actually considering picking it up since it's on a pretty hefty 90% discount. But I'm glad I decided not to, because any more stock on this line would absolutely murder the frame rate. I must say, route building looks pretty nice, straight off. What? This is a cool bridge here. Nice motor sounds, too. I also have Winzarton's live weather mod active, which should, like, make the weather a tad more realistic. Does this thing have a cab heater? I assume it does. It's probably like most American trains. That's the radio controls. Oh, hello. Center door control, power knockout, snow brakes, buzzer, pantograph. Right. Ooh, we're clear up to 75 miles an hour, so I'll punch it. Ooh, this thing accelerates quite quickly. 1 mile to Meadows. Good rattle and clunk sounds. I do like those on these older units. Oh, Crumbs. Right, let's get... Yes, I get it, ATC. I haven't driven on a US route in this game in so long. I think last time I've been mainly trying to focus on the British stuff, but yeah. When I picked up Morristown, I decided I would at least try the Arrow 3, and it seems as I was correct to do so, because this is pretty good. Scenery looks nice, apart from the atrocious frame rate at Hoboken. Everything's gone swimmingly. And if you've watched this channel for any length of time, you know I prefer like the older rolling stock, older retro stuff over the new single handle stuff. So yeah. Are there any doors that are open? Okay, there's one door at the back of the Arrow 3, but yeah, the central doors don't open normally, it looks like. And this door doesn't either, because that's the cab access. Fascinating. So yeah, where even is Summit? So we're heading westward. So where precisely is that Summit? That's Summit. So there goes the branch to Gladstone down there. That's Dover up here. Yeah. So yeah, in terms of rolling stock, today I've got Morristown itself plus the ALP 45DP DLC, which is of course separate because it's part of Deluxe Edition for some reason, despite it being an integral part of the rail scene. And then I've also got layers from New York to Trenton enabled. I got New York to Trenton quite a bit back, but I haven't played it in ages, and I'm glad I can finally use it, because I actually had it uninstalled, and I'm glad I can finally use it because it actually layers in as AI on this line. Then yeah, the only stock that doesn't show up is the Long Island Railroad rolling stock, which shows up in Sunnyside Yard and as AI at New York Penn Station. Let's shut the doors. Only takes like 5 seconds to shut, 10 seconds tops to shut the door. No bell on this thing, unlike a lot of other American trains. My goodness, this thing takes off quickly for something that's almost half a century old. Right, we do have a 45 limit in effect. Well, actually no, we have 75 limit in effect, but the ATC and access systems are keeping me at 45 for the time being, which is just lovely. I must say, route building looks pretty nice. There's no, however, there is no like CSX stock in the yard, which I don't know if that's on the route itself, but if that's normally there, because I don't have Sandpatch Grade, and that's literally the only CSX route in this game, despite being the oldest route in the entire franchise. So yeah, I don't know if that yard is empty because I don't have Sandpatch Grade, or if it's empty because it's just normally empty, if that makes any sense. Right, next stop, let's go up to 75. Next stop, Newark Broad Street in 3 miles. So yeah, the stock that it's included with this route is of course the Arrow 3, which is of course a new addition to the game. The ALP 46, which has been recycled, albeit with quite a few improvements, like faults and announcements, etc., from New York to Trenton, and then also the ALP 45DP, which is, as I said, is separate, and that's also brand new to the game. So yeah, this is probably the best US core route we've had in years, ever since, I believe I think this is the best US core route ever made. Maybe if you don't count the TSW2 version of Sandpatch Grade, but yeah. Listen to those clunks and bump sounds. This is actually my first time loading the line, so do expect some stuttering as it's all cached in my computer. So, yeah. Easy does it. This thing's pretty easy to drive. I know I disparage modern electric multiple units with one handle, but this is a literal one handle electric. Well, it's two handle if you count the brake, but it's one handle in terms of throttle. Come on, bud. Another thing I like is the old catenary. Oh, hello. What is that noise? Shut up. Oh, really? Should have put it to suppression. Come on. Oh, really? Set the automatic brake to suppression, press the acknowledge button. I do apologize, viewers. I thought I was mildly competent at driving trains. It appears I'm not. Set the brakes to off. Yeah, that noise actually gave me a scare because it's very loud, insistent, and annoying when it. Okay. I think I know how to drive. I just haven't driven an American train in this game in literal at least 3-4 months at this point. So the fact that the fact that I've forgotten all of my American safety systems would demonstrate that I'm a complete. Yeah, you know what I mean. We do have a oh no, I can't do that. Can't use reverse thrust. No, you don't, Sunshine. I'm not going to let you make my life a pain again. Ooh, nice bridge coming up. At least we seem to have had some time built into the timetable, so we should reach Newark Broad Street on at least somewhat on schedule, despite the penalty brake shenanigans. I think this is perfect for a thumbnail, so you'll pardon me if I just go quickly into the announcements were going, which is nice. Oh, I should have stopped it a bit later than it. There we go. Now I can take the thumbnail with that in the back, with the bridge in the background. Let's see. Yes. I do like the Arrow 3. From the little I've been driving it so far, I really do like it. Next station stop is Newark Broad Street. I forgot that this thing does have announcements. And it does have guard mode. It's got all the bells and whistles you would associate with a modern TSW6 product. Right, put the master controller into safety mode. Right, let's give it a tad of brakes. And we are arriving 2 minutes early despite the penalty brake. How much time is even built into this timetable? My goodness. Do like the design of this station. Very nice indeed. Dovetail does seem to have hit all the good points with this route, like good route building, decent quality rolling stock with decent core feature implementation. Easy does it. Full service, onto the brakes. That was a bit of an early stop.
This station stop is Newark Broad Street.
Newark Broad Street. Let's have a bit of a look round, why don't we? Oh. Oh, it's the guard door. That's actually cool. Man, it's hard to believe that these things are 50 years old and they're still going strong. Do like the new passenger information screens. They haven't just recycled the ancient British ones that for some reason crop up quite a bit on older American routes in this game. They've actually gone to the effort of making this route actually feel pretty decent. And yeah, while I'm not the biggest fan of American stock in this game, I must say, like, they have done a pretty good job with this. And I'm saying that, yeah, I'm saying that as a person who's never even been up here in real life. There are a lot more people who are much more qualified to say that this route is decent than I am, because I've never been on any New Jersey Transit stock. I think the only American, wow, that's the entire New Jersey Transit map. That's pretty cool. So we have this section in TSW as far as here, but in real life it continues as far as Hackettstown. Dover is just as far as the electrification goes, I'm pretty sure. It would be nice if we could have had the full section to Hackettstown, but yeah, that figures. Dovetail Games does like cutting off routes in weird places, but to be fair to Dovetail, it still takes an hour and a half to complete a full run of the line in the ALP 46 or 45 DP. Right. Right. 3, 2, 1, punch it. Come on, buddy. Oh, I wish there was a way I could do a hill start. I probably could have done a hill start. Anyway. Next stop, East Orange in 2.2 miles. Yeah. I already like the Arrow 3 so much I actually put it on my YouTube channel banner. And yeah, it's my favorite I'm even going to go so far as to say it's my favorite American train in the game, alongside the Massachusetts Bay Transport Authority HSP 46, a diesel locomotive. So yeah, the reason we got that penalty break is because I was a complete doofus and forgot how American safety systems work. Thank you. That was like a decent 5-second freeze, my goodness. Yeah. Suppression. Why are you saying I'm doing an overspeed? What? Right, suppression. Cancel that. Do apologize for that, viewers. I think the ATC system just glitched because I was under the specified limit, and yet I still got a penalty brake application. I was able to resolve it without the train stopping though, which is good. Right. Give it a tad of brakes. There we go. Seem to be in some sort of... Oh. Okay, that was a massive freeze, but it did unfreeze itself. Yeah, this route does seem to have performance issues. Hopefully those are resolved. It goes a line off to wherever it goes. Not entirely sure where that goes. .9 miles to East Orange. Come on. Yeah. I like the Arrow 3 because it has, unlike a lot of modern units, it has character and in spadefuls, while still having some decently modern safety systems thanks to that refit in the 90s these things had. It has like proper ATC access, and all that stuff.
The next station stop is East Orange. When leaving the train, please watch the gas.
That's mind the gap to you. No, I'm just kidding. If they said mind the gap, this would be the London Underground, and we're obviously not on the London Underground, but yeah. Yeah. Oh, that section doesn't look too good. Roads in this game have never looked particularly good. American roads, I mean. They've always looked a bit weird. Like they've just been rushed, if you know what I mean. Once again, early to East Orange. Not too early, but early enough. That was... Wow, that crammed on the brakes pretty quickly.
Station stop is East Orange.
There we go. Let's keep the brakes on since we are on a hill. Try and do a hill start. There we go. Do have 40 seconds until we go. Seems like... Oh, another very nice custom station, I must say. Why these American stations don't have level boarding will never cease to perplex me. Because why have the platform at train level and then have to make your passengers get up on stairs into the train? Like, why not just, you know, just have level platforms? Right, notch 4, release the brakes. Is it possible to do hill starts like that? Yes, it is, it seems. Next stop, Brick Church, 950 yards. There's some bi-levels heading through. And an ALP 46 at the head of them. Yeah, I've got the map zoomed out.
The next station stop is Brick Church. When leaving the train, please watch the gas.
Why is my frame rate dropping? That makes me feel a bit worried. Probably could see that on your end because I record in 30 frames per second, so yeah, it'd be very obvious. Oh my goodness, catapulting into Brick Church. Platform announcements seem to be working properly, which is nice. Onto the brakes. 30 seconds early. Nice.
This station stop is Brick Church. Watch the gap between the train and the platform. 40.
Right. Yeah, we still have quite a few stations to go, so yeah. Next stop, Orange, in less than a mile. Cut the power, put master controller in safety.
The next station stop is Orange. When leaving the train, please watch the gas.
Alright, here we go. I do like the catenary, the stations, like all of the modeling really convinces you that this is a very old line modified to be up to modern standards, and it feels like it too. Like, oh, slight overshoot.
stop is Orange.
There we go. We're actually here for the next minute and a half. Let's see if I can... Oh. What? Ah! Nifty! That's if I can actually get through. There's an invisible wall blocking my way. Oh, really? Right, let's shut the door. Ugh. Hate that. Hate just random invisible walls in this game. Look at the station roof design. That's neat. What on earth is the suspension doing? It's like the train was jiggling for some reason. Right, 1 minute until we go. Right, let's go. Come on, Arrow 3. Oh my goodness. Did you see it was shaking side to side? Sometimes the dynamic suspension in this game feels really weird. One thing which... Yeah. And that does bring up another point. There is sometimes when the dynamic suspension is mostly a pretty decent, reliable feature, but there are some occasions where it absolutely just borks itself. Hello, Arrow 3. Yeah, like there's one route in particular which I'm thinking of. For some reason, the Main-Spessartbahn, Aschaffenburg to Gmünden, one of the earliest German routes in the game, just breaks anything with dynamic suspension, because if you use a train on that route that has dynamic suspension, it just absolutely, like, the train just bounces much more than it would normally. Oh, that was a massive overshoot. Did not mean to do that.
This station stop is Highland Avenue.
Highland Avenue. Yeah. And like the amount of suspension bounce on trains with dynamic suspension on Main-Spessartbahn is absurd, and I'm not entirely sure what the issue is, but I have seen other people have the exact same issue. Excuse me. Yeah, we do have quite a few stops. The next one is just called Mountain. Why? That's just a really unimaginative station name. It's like calling a station House because there's a village next to it. You know what I mean? It's just weird. Right. Let's go. Next stop, Mountain in 1 mile, and for some reason my frame rate still is having a terrible day. Hopefully that could be fixed, because my computer's in its highest performance mode, and yet the game is still having an absolutely really rough time with the old frame rate. Right, put it in safety, since we are going to have to use the brakes since we are heading downhill. Oh my goodness, the buzzer sounds so weird. It sounds ancient. Oh, I suppose it is ancient.
Mountain Station. When leaving the train, please watch the gas.
I love how the announcements, they don't say mountain, they say Mountain Station to differentiate it from an actual mountain. That's so funny. Initial impressions of Morristown, however, are decent. However, just seems that what, like, why is the frame rate just having a rough day? I just don't know. Like, on other routes, I haven't been having any performance issues at all. But for some reason, Morristown seems hell-bent on trying to give me a terrible day.
This station stop is Mountain Station.
Right, we have just under a minute here, and then we could get moving again. So yeah, we have to get from here down to here, which is not, hopefully not too much further. Maximum speed. Next stop, South Orange. Do have a 45 limit incoming, so better be careful.
The next station stop is South Orange. When leaving the train, please watch the gas.
I thought a line like this would be a lot busier than it actually is. Maybe that's just me, maybe it's just American lines, but I don't know. Alright, once again early into South Orange. Nice, nailed that stop. Right, 1 minute here at South Orange. Let's see, have a look around. Pretty typical American electrified commuter station, I must say. But I do like the old style station canopy. How about the stairs? Do like how the trapdoors are animate in concert with the doors. That's very nice. I think we're over halfway. Maplewood will be next. This route definitely looks decent. But I can't get over why my frame rate is just having a rough time of it. What is it about this line that's causing me to... What is it about the route that's causing my frame rate to just plummet? I just don't know. And especially, why are there so many trains at Hoboken? Because... That's just... Oh my gosh. Like, why?
Stop is Maplewood. When leaving the train, please watch the gas.
Just can't get over how... Yeah. Anyway, I'm sure someone will let me know down in the comment section below why the frame rate on this line is particularly bad. Maybe like right, once again early into Maplewood.
This station stop is Young Maplewood.
Watch the gap between the train and the platform when boarding.
How many stops? Milburn, Short Hill, Summit. Right. Yeah, I think this route could have definitely been better on terms of route coverage. Because, yeah, like extending it from Summit to Gladstone so we could do the full run in the RO3, and extending it the diesel only coverage from Dover to Hackettstown would have been awesome with the to give the ALP 45 DP more of a run. But that's our dovetail, cutting route coverage where it doesn't need to. Back up to 55 miles an hour. Just don't get why my frame rate's just plummeted through the floor. I just don't get it. Why? Just... Like, look at that. That's 24 frames a second. And in the cab, it's 23. Like, my game normally performs... Okay, buddy. A ton better than this. But, no. Not today, it seems. Apologies for the crumpling sounds in the background. That's just... Yeah. Coming up on Milburn, which has a very similar name to Millbrae, which is on the San Francisco to San Jose line, operated by Caltrain. Let's get some brakes going. The Arrow 3 is a fun unit to drive. Like, despite the frame rate issues I've been having, like this, oh my goodness, the Arrow 3, it's just a good unit. And that's made even better, and it's made even better by Dovetail Games actually implementing, like, by Dovetail Games actually making it good and not just cutting corners constantly. Yeah, I just wish that there was another third-party developer besides Dovetail and High Iron Simulations, because both that makes American content, I mean, because both of them compromise on routes in certain ways. High Iron Simulations on the quality, and then Dovetail Games on like route coverage, where to cut the route coverage and that kind of thing. Like, if we could get something, a development group like Just Trains, but just making American content, or even Canadian content. I would love seeing a Canadian route in this game. Like, oh, hello, Bombardier multi-level cab car coming in. And there goes my frame rate. That's 20 frames a second. Is that a 45? I think it's a 45. Yeah, that's definitely a 45. That's an ALP 45DP, viewers. It's a bi-mode, electric and and diesel, but you can only really but the entire Morristown line is electrified, so you don't really get to use it while under diesel power, which is a major shame. Right, 1 mile to Short Hills, which is our second to last stop before Summit. Remarkably clear day here in New York. New York. That's my pathetic attempt at a New York accent, viewers. I'm probably so bad at it because the part of me that comes from America is from the deep south, so I'm great at doing an American South accent, but not at doing, like, you know, any other kinds of American accents, without sounding really stereotypical and like I'm taking the mickey. I know that's pretty brutally honest of me, but yeah. Let's have a look at the frame rate. 21 frames a second. Wow. Right, Short Hills coming up. Let's get some brakes going. Once again, early. Nice. I always like routes where I can run early. Makes me feel less stressed. I know a train sim should be stressing me out, but there you go. Wait a minute. When I reset my camera, the ATC system shows I'm doing 120 miles an hour. Do you see that? I didn't even know that was a what is happening? Right, stop, please. Thank you.
This station stop is Short Hill.
Right, let's put the brakes to like 12%. So if I reset the camera, yeah, it temporarily shows that I do 120 miles an hour. Oh, come on. Like, what? I've never seen that kind of bug before. That is hilarious. So that means the ATC system in the game, if I'm reading this right, it's reading off of my player velocity. So, hang on. Experiment. I know we're going to be a bit late, but gangway chain. So if I just run along and then go to photo mode, the ATC system in the train should show that I'm doing a speed that's not the speed of the train. Hang on. Oh, I've got the field of view too far in. Right, experimentation. Where even is it? I'm losing track. Oh, it's showing 0. Interesting. Oh, I forgot to restore the gangway chain. Yeah, I do not know why my game is having an absolute terrible time of it. Sit in engineer's seat, please. Right, next stop, Summit. Okay, there we go. 2 miles to Summit, and that is our final stop of the day. That's if my computer can actually get us there, because we're running on 18 frames a second. Yeah. I just don't know why this route is just running at peanuts compared to other routes. Like, Riviera, a route made to the same standards as this, runs far better than this does, and I have literally no idea why. Is it just the hour? And I know of trains that are far more detailed and in-depth than this. Think the Expert 101. And yet, they run far better than this. I just don't know what's going on here. Honestly, it might be a memory leak because I'm still... Oh, okay, I think I know what it is. Recently, TSW said that the issue causing blurry textures on consoles is the trains that are loaded in don't unload again. So my computer is currently still loading all of the trains at Hoboken that tanked my frame rate, and they haven't been unloaded, despite me being at this point about 15 miles away from them in game, and yet they're still being loaded. I do apologize, viewers, I did not mean to hit tab. Come on. Yeah. Can't believe it. Dovetail Games really do need to sort this issue out where trains stay loaded. And to their credit, Dovetail Games have said that there will be people in the office over the Christmas holidays trying to fix the blurry textures bug. And this basically like memory leak issue. And they've hired developers who will stay in the office over the entire holiday season to work on this issue, and I think they're hiring outside consultants, but don't quote me on that, which if true will be a which if true really does show that they're really concerned about this issue, as well they should. I'm currently getting 17 frames a second. My heavens. How is my computer... Oh my goodness, my computer is currently loading about 50 trains besides this one, but no wonder my computer's running at a snail's pace. But I really do... One thing I am really appreciative of, and I will never stop shouting out the Dovetail guys over this, and I know that's uncharacteristically generous of me, but the fact that they've been incredibly transparent about this issue, what it is, and how they're going to fix it, and how they're fixing it, and that kind of thing, is very nice of them. There's another Arrow 3 in the small yard there, waiting for its next job. Put it in suppression. You have to put the brakes in suppression, otherwise they will have a flip out. Why is it not letting me cancel the over... There we go. Was it letting me cancel the overspeed penalty for some reason? Very weird. Very weird indeed. Alright, ooh. Right, here we go. Summit. 1 minute early. That is a pretty fun run to do in the almost said A380. I'm not in Flight Simulator. But yeah, in the Arrow 3, it is a lot of fun. Can highly recommend Morristown despite the performance issues. Oh, but I can only recommend Morristown on sale because yeah, at least until this issue is fixed with the memory leaks and blurry textures bugs that we've been having. So yeah, let's... There we go. So yeah, that'll be all for this video, everybody. We only lost 65 points to speeding. That's actually decent. So yeah, that'll be all for this video, everyone. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss another one of these videos. And I'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye.